there's something in the energy, frequency, vibration business that's called the energy needs a path. Once this enters into my body, it is my body that's responsible for distributing the influence and the effect. Bodies don't, because they have an imperfect or contaminated or insufficient terrain. The terrain is the sum of the fluids of your body. Your body is, as you know, mostly water. This water is supposed to have a specific composition that it inherited through evolution. Because we evolved in the ocean as all the other species, that is supposed to approximate the composition of seawater. But I asked doctors, what is the composition of seawater? And in 20 years, well, it's salty, no one came up with the answer. And the answer is the fact that it's a aqueous solution of the entire periodic table. Every element created by God. 92 elements. Hardly anybody has 92 elements in their body, because the only way to keep renewing them is by eating food from the soil, which has all the elements in it. But the soil no longer has all the elements through corrupted farming since the mid-1800s. Mechanical farming, artificial fertilizers, we killed the microbes. The microbes are what let minerals into the produce and foods and plants. It doesn't exist anymore. So instead of having 78 elements and minerals and trace elements, maybe the average person walking by your booth maybe has 15 to 20. You're missing like almost 60. The only way to get them is from seawater in that proportion. So what I teach all energy medicine therapists is that you prepare the person with Quinton to put those elements and minerals back into his water of his body. And then you do. I mean, and it's good to maybe do it for a week to really seed it into your body fluids, called the extracellular matrix. When you get that in, your body is prepared to transmit your information to do the best and most efficient and effective work on the body. It's such a difference when your terrain is balanced and restored. And that's what seawater is.
So what did you do here with the...
I only did this to increase, because I wasn't feeling the electricity. Because seawater has all those elements, it conducts much more electricity. Like 100 times more better than the tap water you found. Just because it has all the elements in it.
Exactly.
Now the one that's the hypertonic in the brown ampule has 3 times more than the one we just tried.
Right.
So that's a big deal, and that's something someone can take. I just wanted to test because of what I felt I should be feeling it, but I wasn't. I wanted to increase the conductivity between my hand and your probes, so I would receive more electrical current. And that seawater performs in your body just like it's performing now. I'm oversimplifying by saying it's way more than conductivity, because it involves 78 different elements. It's very complicated. But this will just increase the conductivity. I think I'm going to maybe try the hypertonic.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to squirt some actually right on here and see if it changes. You never let a good seawater go to waste.
Explain what you're doing here.
So what I'm doing is taking a higher concentration of marine plasma. This is harvested from a plankton bloom in the ocean off the coast of France and Spain. It has been harvested for 126 years now, since this product first came out in 1897, and it's been used as a medicine for most of the 20th century. In the early 1900s, this was the cure for cholera and tuberculosis and syphilis and gastroenteritis and typhoid and influenza, until 1930s came on, and then the pharmaceutical companies created antibiotics, which of course they sold, and then they wanted to get rid of this from the scene so they could make billions instead of thousands.
Right, exactly. So now Robert is applying it to the copper tubes that he's holding on to.
So and that should be Are you starting it up again?
Yep, just started it.
It's coming in.
Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Robert Slovak, water scientist by profession, astrophysicist and astronautical engineer by education, co-developer with my brother of the reverse osmosis technology, not the inventors of the original, but we developed it in the 1970s. And about in the early 90s, after selling our company to 3M Corporation, we decided to teach water technology to the world, kind of like free of charge. And when I became ill in Brazil and was cured by this marine plasma, I became so fascinated with this, one, that I had never heard of it, and it's already 100 and some years old. And the fact that it actually cured me, and I laughed at it, somebody even proposing it. So it changed my world, it changed my life, and now for the last 20 years I have been teaching this to the medical profession worldwide. And it's famous now. You can buy it in China. I think the only place you can't buy it is Russia. And it's also used in many ways. This is sterile and apyrogenic, means it's injectable, IVable, drinkable. You can put it anywhere in the body because it is the perfect manifestation of what the body's fluids are supposed to be. And this is just restoring them.
And where do they find this? Where do they find this product right here?
Our company that sells it is called Water and spelled out AND Wellness .com, and that's where we have it. It's called Quinton. It looks like Quinton, Quinton, marine plasma.